Hello crafters, my name's Kim Fee and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. I'd like to welcome you to the Enjoy the Little Things in Life design team video blog hop. We aim to give you inspiration once a month that will help you be more creative, along with great ideas and tips including videos. We have an incredibly amazing team of demonstrators from around the world that are taking part in this hop, and hope you will get inspiration from us all. Today's card is a masculine theme, which is the theme for this month, and I've decided to use the Stitched All Round stamp set with the bundle. I've recently done a class on this and it works quite well. When you look at this stamp set and the die set, you immediately think of female cards. I decided to make something for masculine because I wanted to show my ladies that, you know, one stamp set can fit all, despite how it looks on the cover. So this is the card that I'm going to be sharing with you, and it's using the Blueberry Bushel new in colour for this year and next year, and we'll be watercolouring. We'll be using the stamp, this stamp here, for the background. We will be using the You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine, but I didn't want to have that on my card. I wanted to use the best wishes that come with it. So I labelled it up with one of the dies from here. So I'll show you the dies that we will be using before we get started. Let's have a look. So from the bundle, I will be using this and this one, but I will be coupling it with this stitch die from the Stitch Shapes framelits. Right, so should we get started with the card? Let's put these to one side. So I've prepared everything so that it doesn't take too long cutting and bits and pieces. So we'll have a card blank in the Blueberry Bushel. So I've cut down the A4 in the UK. I've cut down at 10.5 centimetres straight down the middle, and then I've scored it at A5 in the middle. And then I'll have a watercolour piece card. I will have all the instructions on my blog, www.kimfeecrafter.blogspot.co.uk. I keep trying to call it .com, but it's not anymore. So there will be measurements on there. I've cut a piece for all the die cutting that we're going to do, and I've cut a bit too much, but you know, you get the drift there. And then when I'll be stamping and die cutting there. So let's put them to one side and get started. And what I've used, sometimes we use the pad and we squish it together and we use that, but I wanted to have a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to use the re-inker. You can see where we've used it in class today actually. And sometimes you, with the watercolour paper, you like to add a bit of water, but I don't want to do that at the moment because I don't want to flood it. And it's really hot in here anyway, so I know that it will dry quick, but I'll just add water when I go along. So I just add water as I'm pushing it around, and I'm doing circular motion for that. When it dries, it looks dark, but when it dries, it does dry lighter. So I'm just going to dry it off with the embossing dryer. Let's have a look. Hopefully you won't get too much noise. I do love this colour. It's got a little bit of a mauve tinge to it as well when it dries. Looks like a two-tone colour. So that's quite deep actually. I didn't really want it to be that deep, so I'm just going to take a little bit off and just add some little light bits around. So now I'm going to use the little crisscross stamp. And I'm just going to randomly stamp. Just randomly stamp all around. That's it. And then I'm going to take the pen, Blueberry Bushel again, and I'm just going to flick some little splashes. So what I'll do is I get the thicker end of the brush end and I just flick it against the lid, and you just get just a little mini splattering, just to grunge it up a little bit. You can just about see them. And that's all I want there. So I shall put that aside and let it dry on its own. And then we're going to take our sentiment. And again, we're going to that's not come out how I wanted it. Never mind, I'll just turn it over. And stamp again. Let's just give these a clean with the Simply Chamois. It's a bit rough there. This is a great new tool, the Simply Chamois. The item code is 147042. It's about £7.50 and it's really, really worth the money. Mine's really dirty now. I mean, I do wash it and the ink won't come out, but it won't transfer either. As you can see, it doesn't transfer onto your paper. So let's find the best wishes. I'm going to hand cut this. I'm not going to be cutting it out in a punch or putting it straight on, so it doesn't matter if I'm a little bit wonky. I'm not that bothered. So just come up here. There we go. So that will dry. I've got all Blueberry Bushel on my thumb, so I'm just going to use my chamois to get a bit off. There you go. It's not come off too much, but it's not going to now transfer onto the paper. So let's have a look. So once I use these ones, they don't actually fit to cut out that or that really. I don't want it to cut all of that out. I just want it to cut straight over. So the smallest die in the stitched framelits that coordinate with the stitched all round is just good. Look how well used my plates are. So let's have a look here. There we go. Just once through. There we go, once through there. I think once we're here with the big shot, let's bring it in again and we'll cut the sections that we need. You could, if you wanted to be frugal, and place that in there, but I want to be putting some thread behind it, so I want something to grip onto. Ooh. My plates aren't flat, so the dies are bounding around underneath. That'll be fine. There we go. Let's put that down. Let's put the big shot out of the way. So now we have all our elements here. So this one goes with this one, and this one goes with this one. And just need to pop all the little bits out. Get my little pokey tool that I use, and just pop these out, because I forgot when I used it last, I forgot to pop out all the bits and pieces. So now I just go around and pop all of those round. It's very, very hot here in the UK at the moment, and I'm in my studio. Earlier on it was about 120, and it's gone down. I'm just looking at the clock there, it's gone down to 80 now, but it's still really, really hot. A bit unbearable for me. Having been born in May, I prefer the spring weather rather than the hot. Right, so let's put those dies to one side so we don't lose those. I'm going to put that there. So now I want to have some silver thread, and the way I find is best for me is to take my piece that I want onto the glue dot, which is rather a large glue dot, and then lay the thread. Let's hope it don't fall on the floor and roll off, and just go around. You can do like a figure of 8 and just go up and down, but it's easier if you've got the glue dot there. Much easier. Let's just trim that. And then I'm just going to lay it directly on. So what I might do is actually put another glue dot on there so that it doesn't wiggle off too much. There we go. So we just put that straight inside there. And I don't want You Are My Sunshine on there, because I want to make a birthday card for Mal, and you might want to give it to someone at work and you don't really want to call them You Are My Sunshine. So I'm just going to pop this one over the top there. So it kind of looks like something at sea. So let's get a bit of Tombow. Tombow is my preferred adhesive. It gives you wiggle room. You can make boxes with it, and it sticks fast. And less is more when it comes to that. So for now, I'm going to put on some sticky fixers. These little tiny dinky ones are brilliant. So let's put that aside there. Now I'm going to cut. I did actually, for this card, I did ink up. Actually, I will do that for you, so I can show you another little tip if you want to emboss, have coloured embossing. So let's get the chamois back in, because I don't want to contaminate too much my Versamark. So we'll bring in, move all of this out of the way, we'll bring in the clear embossing powder. So we're ready. Let's get the ink pad. Bring it over. So if we get that ready there, you can see that there, yeah. And this is the Versamark. So what we do is we just tap lightly. You don't want to push too hard into the Versamark, and that gives it a gloopy, sticky, glue-like effect. And then you just tap it lightly into the colour that you want, and then just stamp as normal. And then we throw a bit of clear embossing powder on there. And then we bring in our embossing. Sometimes I do it from underneath so that it grips it quite well, and you can see what you're doing if you've got it in front of you, but don't go too close to the paper, you don't want to burn it. And then we just go over the top. Be sure not to burn your fingers, and wait for it to take. Can you see that it's going a little bit darker? And then I'm just going to finish it off again underneath so that I don't melt it where I don't want it to be melted to be. And there you go. And you just let that cool down for a little while, because if you touch that, it will not only burn your fingers, but you'll take the gloss away. The gloss won't be there anymore. So now I just trim as close as I can to there, to the best, and then where the font then starts to wiggle, I then take my scissors and move the paper around, trying to keep the scissors straight and moving the scissors around, the paper around instead of the scissors. And then I've come here, and then I want to go straight again now because the font is straight. And then we just trim off. There you go. And the little mini dimensionals are absolutely perfect for this. They're very tiny and they fit there perfectly. I might put 4 on just so that you don't double one end. So now just take these little fiddly things off and just use my scissors to push down to help me grip it. And then we just lay that across that bit there. You can lay it across there if you want to. It'd be slightly different, I suppose. Or you could lay it there. I'm going to lay it there. That's how I did it before. That's it. In the middle there. I can see that it needs a little bit trimming there, so I've got so let's glue this now onto a card blank. where it's watercolour, it buckles, so I'm just going to, with my fingers, the heat of my fingers, bring it round again. So let's have a look. It's a very quick simple card. You can do in any colour, so you can make this a card for a woman if you did it in pink, lovely lipstick. I might try that actually, and I'll share that on the blog another day. So now I'm nearly done. I'm just going to adhere the focal point, if you want the focal point. To there. And then just to finish it off, I was going to put rhinestones, and I thought, no, they're not quite masculine. So I decided that I would take the iridescent sequin assortment and just pick out the blues. Just little bits and pieces there. Oh, it's got stuck. Gonna have big ones, little ones, or all little ones, or all big ones. They don't want to come off. So now I'm going to use the fine tip glue pen so that I don't get it everywhere. I just want one up here. And just drop that down on there. And then we want one over here. And just drop that there. I have a little tiddly thing here. Little tiddly one there. If it wants to play ball with me. Oh gosh, no, that's a pink one. We don't want a pink one. There we go. Put another little bit on there. And that's it, you're done. Don't forget to put the pin back in straight after you use this glue. You don't want it to clog up. There we go. So, there you go. A nice mail card from using the Stitched All Round bundle, which is £44. Yeah, £44 in the catalogue. I hope you've enjoyed my project. Do pop along to the rest of the team. Got some fabulous stuff to show you and some fabulous videos for you to watch. Thank you for watching. Bye.